how much generic silver should you own before moving on to things like coins and semi-numismatics? That is a very important question a lot of new stackers ask themselves, and as I've found, there's not really a very good answer out there. So today in this video, I'm going to give you that answer, and I'm going to make sure that it is the most current and up-to-date information that I can provide as guidance to new stackers. How much generic silver should you own? Unfortunately, there's no definitive answer. Everybody's budgets are different. Everybody's amount of stacking, as far as the percentage of what they invest, is going to vary on a case-by-case basis. But in this video, we are going to do our best to drill down and give a hardline answer of what we really should have. The important thing here to look at is that everybody pretty much across the board suggests that we should have an emergency fund of cash for when things come up, so those are not as life-threatening as maybe they could be. But the thing to remember here is a lot of us are keeping our cash in precious metals as the vehicle of storage. So what I thought here was, initially, the answer to this is easy. $1,000, right? Transfer the emergency fund into silver, boom, bang, you're done. But there's a problem. Number one, the $1,000 is kind of outdated, or at least I thought it was. I remembered back to our old buddy, Uncle Dave, and his book. And it got me thinking, I'm old. I'm reminded of that every day, it seems. And so I was like, well, wait, when did he write that book? It's been a while. When did he write it? 1992. So I did some math and some calculations. In 1992, $1,000 emergency fund that everyone still seems to use as the benchmark, well, it's not $1,000 anymore. Adjusted for today's inflation, it's actually more like $2,100. So let's do the math here. Today's spot price, as I'm looking at it now, is just under, a hair under, $21. So if the $1,000 adjusted for today's inflation is $2,100, and silver is $21 an ounce, that makes our math really easy. You need 100 ounces of silver as your $1,000 generic emergency fund of liquid silver to invest in before you then move on to things like coins and semi-numismatics. And I would still advise you to have a cash emergency fund as well, because the last thing we want to do is sell our silver straight away when something happens. So that's our safety net. But the problem is, and what I don't see a lot of people talking about now, is everyone still considers it the $1,000 emergency safety fund. It's not anymore. The $1,000 is half, less than half of what you need in today's money based on the calculation for inflation. So nowadays, I would suggest having $2,000 cash, $2,100 if you want to be specific, but $2,000 cash and $2,000 in silver. That's your emergency fund that I would have on hand at any given time. And I feel pretty safe in saying that would get you out of most problems that would come up in today's economy. The problem is your cash is losing money all the time due to inflation, and now even more so. That's why it's important to adjust for inflation the way we did, because even myself, and I'm pretty financially savvy, until making this video, that hadn't even crossed my mind. Most people don't realize, a lot of people still look at $1,000 as, you know, a go-to starter emergency fund. It's really almost not anymore. It's something's better than nothing, but it's a fraction of what you really need. So let this video serve as a reminder to adjust your thoughts and processes every so often because things change drastically in today's world. And what we thought was a $1,000 emergency fund is now more like $2,100. It's kind of crazy. But that is our baseline. That's what I would do. I would stack $2,100 in value in generic silver before I would really start looking into any kind of fun semi-numismatics or coins that you're going to pay a premium for. That would be my recommendation. So tell me what your thoughts are on this information in the comments below. I appreciate everyone for your time and attention, and go check out another one of my videos.